installment of Pop Voice, the Suffolk Voice's broadcast arts and entertainment series, where we cover any and all things pop culture on campus and across the country. I'm freshman Kelly Mitchell, and today I am joined by sophomores Delaney Fachetti, Andrew Borque, and freshman Matt Brown. We will be covering some recent happenings in the world of pop culture, as well as interviewing some of the cast members from Suffolk University Theater Department's production of The Servant of Two Masters, opening April 9th in the Seawalsh Theater. To get us started with our first bit of entertainment buzz, I'll hand things off to Delaney.
Thank you, Kelly. So, as all of us may know, Zayn left One Direction. So, is the world crumbling or?
Certainly Twitter is crumbling.
Definitely. So he said he's leaving because it's been a great 5 years, but he wants to have a normal life as a 22-year-old. Out of all the 22-year-olds I know, I think anyone would want to switch lives with him.
I know.
Like,
I can see where he's coming from, but truthfully, I don't see where he's going to go with this, because they were a boy band. Like, all their voices worked very well together in a boy band kind of a setting. But I think if he's going to try to pursue anything solo, it might, I don't know. People always try to do that. I never really know how it's actually going to pan out.
Yeah, I know he announced in an interview yesterday, he announced with the British Sun, that newspaper, he announced that he was going to pursue a solo career. He's definitely doing that. So we'll see where that goes. I don't know.
And a lot of it had to do with his fiancée, Perry Edwards. And I just think that she has a huge music career in England, right? So she should have just, I don't know. I don't think that he should have left, but I could just be biased.
He gave up fame for love. But anyway, I saw on Twitter, Mayor Marty Walsh actually tweeted about that. I guess he was doing like a social media Q&A session, so it wasn't all about One Direction. But like some teenage girl had like tweeted to him like, what do we do that Zayn left? And he literally tweeted back, he was like, somehow, I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, somehow we'll just have to soldier through. And yeah, Mayor Ross and everyone snapped.
Oh God, yeah, I think the countless videos of people crying into their bed sheets and crying to their parents and everything about Zayn leaving was pretty entertaining, I gotta say, but you do feel bad, I guess. I mean, we're all part of a dedicated fan base to some band, so.
Yeah, that's true.
My friend just saw it on the news really quickly, and she thought like someone had died in the band because like everyone was freaking out about it so much that she was
the
like,
way
who
people
died?
react, you would think that someone had actually died.
I saw a tweet that was like, I feel like my soul literally got ripped out of my body. It's like,
yeah, I also saw a tweet that was like, I feel like my brother passed away. And they're comparing that to
That's
One Directioners.
Oh, Directioners.
Yeah.
well, I guess that's not the only big drama going on.
No, certainly not.
The Jinx, the HBO series.
Yeah, definitely under a lot of hot water right now. I mean, when you have a guy confessing to a triple murder on television for the first time in decades, it's probably going to get a lot of attention.
Yeah, and I'm really interested in how they're going to pursue it in court, because you know how he admitted that he had done the 3 murders in the bathroom, so that's pretty private, and they don't know if they can use that in court because it's privacy issues.
Yeah, if we can use this because he was in the bathroom where you're supposed to be by yourself and have privacy, but he also knew, he should have known, he's a pretty eccentric guy, but he should have known, like, you still have a microphone on, they're still going to hear you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it just made a weird case even weirder than it already was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Robert Durst, I know his brother Douglas Durst said he's glad that he's back in court and arrested right now.
Well, his brother hired security guards to make sure that Robert wouldn't come after him. Like, this was a very messed up family from a very early age for him. And 3 murders, his best friend, his wife going missing, his next door neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
very dramatic television. Now they're arguing how much of it was actually true.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange situation where like TV and real life almost kind of blur. But more on that later. We're going to go for a quick break, and when we return, we'll discuss even more buzzworthy stories from the past couple of weeks. And we're back on Pop Voice. I'm Kelly Mitchell, joined by Delaney Fachetti, Andrew Borque, and Matt Brown. To keep with today's theme of pop culture happenings, I will now turn things over to Andrew Borque.
Thank you, Kelly. So today, obviously, major thing that's been happening over the past couple of weeks is Dolce & Gabbana came out with some pretty controversial comments about IVF, or in vitro fertilization, claiming it is a scientific way of fertilization, petri dishes, everything. It's not the traditional form of reproducing with a man and a woman, marriage and everything, so they were going against all the children that have been created using IVF, which helps a lot of people who can't give birth, people who have those problems, even if they are straight. But a lot of gay couples will do it, obviously. And so they came out saying that any of these children that have been created through IVF are not natural children. They're products of science and not the normal man and woman marital construct, I guess. But I mean, we're in the 21st century. Gay marriage is a huge talking point still. And so, I mean, I don't really see where they thought they were going to get any support with these comments. I mean, there is support, but obviously it's mainly
I
backlash.
understand how they can hold their own opinions about that. But I mean, since they are a famous gay couple, they should not come out with these such strong comments about what
it's like
should
borderline
be
hypocritical almost.
Yeah,
Elton
exactly.
John did not take
No,
the comments very
definitely
well.
not at all.
He
That's right.
posted on Instagram a picture actually of them and said that how dare he say his babies aren't worthy of their life, basically. And he's getting a lot of celebrities that are right on the bandwagon with never wearing Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah, well, the hashtag boycott Dolce & Gabbana was like a huge national trend in like only maybe hours from when they actually
And
came
Elton
out with
was
these
saying
comments.
how that just like their views, their styles are outdated. So he kind of threw a little yeah.
I mean, everyone has a right to their own opinion, but it was kind of strange being a fashion brand, being a fashion company, and coming out with opinions like that. And I mean, that's not really the platform or the outlet for any sort of like social opinion. Like, I don't really know what they were going for that. And like Andrew was saying, lots of straight couples do that too. Like, I have friends who were born through in vitro fertilization. So it's not really like a gay rights, it's not strictly a gay rights issue. So it's just like odd for them to even bring it up. Like, why now? This is an old
However,
topic.
all the backlash that they were receiving, mainly led by Elton John, was receiving some backlash in itself, because allegedly 3 days after Elton John came out starting the whole boycott Dolce & Gabbana campaign, he was seen holding a Dolce & Gabbana bag from a store. So now people are all telling him that he's a hypocrite and everything. And even if it did happen, it is just a bag. He's not explaining his support for them still. He did say he wasn't going to purchase their products, which obviously does make it a little suspicious, but I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I think obviously the major issue still is what Dolce & Gabbana originally said, and it's just people taking the attention off of them and easing up on them, which I don't think we really should do. I mean, it's a ignorant belief, but...
Speaking of the gay community, some other happenings that have happened, Indiana Governor Mike Pence, he passed the anti-gay bill. He signed that about allowing businesses to discriminate against gays while hiring.
Yeah.
So
that's something that came up a couple of years ago as well.
And all the celebrities like Miley Cyrus tweeted about it and posted an Instagram with Mike Pence's face just lashing against him, and then Ashton Kutcher also tweeted about it. So
it's these people going to like these dramatic lengths to try and bring back the old days when, I mean, I would hope very clearly we're not going back to those.
Well, I think we can all agree that if you can afford Dolce & Gabbana and boycott it, then you're living a pretty good life, because I could never afford it in the first place to begin with. So anyway, it's time for one last break, and when we return, I'll be joined by some of the cast of the Suffolk University Theater Department's production of The Servant of Two Masters. It's almost showtime here at Suffolk University as the cast of The Servant of Two Masters prepares to open next week. I'm now joined by 3 members of the cast, including the Suffolk Voice's own arts and entertainment editor, Andrew Borque. So, can you guys tell me what characters you're playing and just generally introduce yourselves?
Of course. Hi, I'm Alex Pappas. I'm a senior here, and I'm also playing Silvio, who's one of the love interests in the show.
And my name is Kevin Hanley, and I am playing Truffaldino in this show, basically the servant of two masters.
And I'm Andrew Borque. I'm a sophomore, and I'm playing Dottore, who is Silvio's father in the show.
So Andrew, can you give us a quick overview just on what the show's about?
Yeah, so pretty much, as Kevin said, he's the servant of two masters. We have two masters who he, through a series of strange events, becomes the servant to both of them and can't let either of them know that he is serving both of them at the same time. And unfortunately for him, these masters don't really have normal orders, and there's these love interests running around. It's mainly just a slapstick, very strange, very weird, funny comedy set in like the 1700s Italy, and it's just a bunch of people trying to fall in love, get married, find their purpose in life, have lunch. A lot of different things come into the show.
Sounds fun. I heard it's like a special type of comedy. I think commedia dell'arte. Is that true? What's that mean?
Yes. So originally, commedia dell'arte is a form of theater that originated in Italy. And basically, there were just a bunch of stock characters that would always, play the father or the smart one or the goofy servant or, like the lovers. And so the characters or the actors would learn the parts of these characters and just be thrown into different scenarios, and they would improvise based on what they know of their character. And so what happens in this show is it's actually scripted. There is still some improvisation within the script. There's room for it in the script, but it's like one of the first times that it has actually been scripted, and so we just jump off from that point and just like have a lot of fun with what we're given in the script, which is just like crazy comedy, very physical, which is all in the spirit of commedia dell'arte.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love improv, but that's cool that you guys were able to script it. So is it a straight play? Is there any music singing in it? Like, what's the layout of it?
Well, it's pretty interesting, actually. It is predominantly a straight play, but there are actually moments where there are musical numbers in it, with the actors as well, singing and whatnot. And it's a pretty unique situation in that actually the students, or rather the actors performing the show, are actually doing the music as well, too, including myself, including Kevin, including Andrew here, like singing. I'm playing instruments and singing at the same time. So on top of learning all of our lines and really getting down some of our improv scenes and whatnot, we're actually performing some of this music that we're learning as well. So it's kind of like doing the music and the show and the acting. It's like almost a double force. Then it's like, where's the dancing? Am I right? But,
yeah, double triple threat.
There is some of that.
It's like we're like oh great. Like why do we have that in there too? Which might be a little bit of dancing. We don't know, but you'll have to see.
It's
if you want to find
improv
out.
now.
Yeah, have to wait and see.
So what do you think the audience is going to get out of it? What should they expect?
Wow.
I think with this type of a show, it's not like your normal comedy. It's not really, I'm not going to say it's like a not intelligent show, but it's very goofy. It's just whimsical. A lot of it is just sort of, we all have to be very physical with this. So it's a high energy show. We're all in these like insane caricatures of like everyday people just drawn to these like incredible extremes, and we're all just forced into this strange scenario of a servant trying to serve his two masters equally, lovers trying to marry for love and not money, and every other character sort of just going about their daily lives in the weird ways that they go about their daily lives. So I think when people see this show, they should just go with an open mind, ready to laugh, and just completely expect the unexpected with weird, very strange scenarios that hopefully everyone will enjoy and come away.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Excited.
Break a leg, guys. But correct me if I'm wrong. It's April 9th through 11th in the Sea Walsh Theater?
Yeah.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, so there's your plug. Everyone go see it. That's all for another episode of Pop Voice. Make sure to tune in next time for more coverage and discussion of all things pop culture. In the meantime, visit thesuffolkvoice.net for more information and updates. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at @SU_voice. I'm Kelly Mitchell, and thanks for watching.